All right, Blender fans, what's going down? Are you still with me? Yeah? Bit of a marathon this. We're getting to the fun part now. So let's start to do a bit of texturing. Actually, we've got to add a little bit of geometry for in here. But I can't be bothered. We'll do that later. Texturing is good fun. So look, I'm just going to... Am I going to go that way? Yeah. Do you see how I did that? And if I do that, I get rid of it. So just when it goes to a little cross, just pull it down. You can do whatever you want with this. These are all your different windows, but we're going to go to the shade editor. All right. So, point out the obvious, but we clearly need some sort of hot rod red. I think that's what it's called in the movie. So let me just select a better reference. That's not very good, is it? That's cool. That's really cool. That's really cool. So it's kind of like a car paint material, I think. So let's do that. Let's go new, and let's call it hot rod red. All right, and let's put this into the preview mode. And let us select that, and select there maybe. RGB, slightly more. Let's go full red for now. Slightly less blue. Slightly darker. Because that in there's got a lot of pink in it. We don't want that. Oh wow, it's already applied it. There you go. Auto smooth. I've got an artifact in there. Oh, it's because of all the filth. Get rid of mean increase weight. Absolute filth. I'm going to have to put in a little bit more topology. Here he goes. I hear say, here he goes. Look, he can't help himself. That's better. Good. All right. So listen. Metallic. No. I don't think so. And just hear me out. So you can get so overcomplicated when it comes to texturing, and I subscribe to the mantra, keep it simple. If you looked at metallic car paint up close, there's lots of tiny little speckles in it. So let's put some speckles in it. Shift A. We need a texture. It's not brick, it's not checker. No. Noise, maybe, but this is the one we want. Voronoi. And with Node Wrangler enabled, Node Wrangler. Oh, my son's calling me. To be continued. What's going down, Blender fans? If I look like I've been hit by a bus, it's because my rugby team, Bath, won the Premiership yesterday. And it got a little bit out of control. So excuse me if I look like the wrong end of a badger. So where do we get to? We are talking about a car paint material. And if you look at a car paint material, it's got those tiny little flecks of paint or metal, whatever it is. So we're going to use this Voronoi texture. So if you Control Shift click, you can sort of see what it's doing. And you've got all sorts of options here. Which one do we want? Probably that one, whatever that's called. Now, if you've got the node wrangler turned on, if you go Control T, yeah, there you go, Control T, it adds this little setup. You can use generated if you want, but I'm going to put on object, and that's quite important. You'll see why later. So here we go. Let's play around with the scale. Pardon me, just had full English breakfast. So we want it very small. There you go. Almost imperceptible. What does detail do? Yeah, let's do that. What does roughness do? Nothing. Alright, sweet as a nut. And then what we'll do is shift add color. Ooh, mix color. So we can mix kind of a red, but maybe a darker red. And we'll have perhaps a lighter red. You've got to be careful with a light red, because the right red is pink. So if you look here, there is definite more towards the blue side of matters. So we can do that, and let us see what that looks like. Put that in there, and we'll use the distance as the factor to drive it. Control Shift, click on that one. Okay, that looks utter crap. So let's invert it. Even worse. Okay. Just pull that out. Let us then what the bloody hell? That's looking better. Again, look, we're going to be looking at it from distances like this, far away. Now, roughness. We can actually make this quite rough, believe it or not, because the light's going to scatter around. Metallic, I know what you're thinking. With metallic, you either want it all the way on or all the way off, because there's no such thing as a little bit of metal. It's either metal or it's not. Okay, now, here, look, you've got a coat. And it puts a nice coat on for us. Roughness, yeah, we'll leave that there. We don't want it too shiny. I suppose car paint is quite shiny, but that's a little dull. So we'll just do it as a sort of a sheen. How's that look? Pretty damn good, I'd say. Now, I think it's a little darker. There. Much better. Slightly shinier. Now what we're going to do, slap the old T. What we're going to do is select all the bits we want red. So collar, control ear plate, ear muff, not the face plate, not the forehead, jaw. What's jaw 01? We'll sort that out in a minute. And the skull cap. And then shift click that finally. So that's the active selection. Control L, and then link materials. Okay, all right. Everyone stay calm. Starting to look good, baby. So what did I have to fix? Jaw 001. Okay, yeah. Jaw. Dot. What's this bit called? What's that muscle called? Jaw dot. I don't know. Top bit. Jaw dot hinge. That's where it hinges from. Whatever. Doesn't matter. As long as you know what it is. Okay. That's offending me. That needs to be sharp up. Tab into edit mode. Oh, it is quite sharp. Maybe just another loop cut in the middle there. I was doing that thing where it loops all the way around. No, don't worry. It's okay. Why won't it let me tab out of? Oh, it's crapped out. Save your work. Save incremental. Always save your bloody work. Okay, don't worry, we'll come back to it. Now, do you see how there's loads of scuff marks, so on and so forth? Somewhere on my computer, and I suggest you do the same, I have a textures folder, and I like to drive things a lot by textures. I just get a better result. So let's do that now. Textures, and I'm looking for a knackered metal material. There's some brilliant resources online. I can recommend texturehaven.com. That dude or dudess that made that deserves a bloody medal. Ambient CG, another medal. Brilliant resources. Okay, so I've got some textures called rusty metal sheet. Okay, guys, so let's make the material that's underneath it, because this is way too clean and nice. So let's go Shift Add, and we'll have another. We want a shader, and we want a principled BSDF. Okidoki. There you go. It's Control Shift and T, and then navigate on your computer wherever you put your textures. In my case, it's there. And what's it called? Rusty Metal 04. Rusty Metal 04 again, and then just going to hit all. This was off texturehaven.com. Hero, good. So if you see that, look, it kind of auto sets it up for you. Pardon me. Let's just move all this out of the way. Node Wrangler is an absolute must. I'm not going to use displacement. Delete that. Okay, dog. So watch this. Now we're going to select that into the surface. Instead of UV, let's use object. Okay, and then for its mapping, let's use box. 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 So basically it's doing it from all angles. That seems a bit low bloody poly to me. Low resolution. Okay, so that's nice and knackered. Which is kind of what we're after. So let's play around with a scale. Something like that. Blend. Yeah, I quite like the blend. 0.0.32. 0.32. 0.32. 0.32. Box. 0.32. Cool. So now we've got this sort of really quite knackered underneath base coat, for lack of a better word. So now we've got to mix these two, right? So it's a mix. Obviously, we need to type in mix. We need a mix shader. Now, how are we going to mix them? Ooh. Well, again, I like to drive this with a texture. So let's use a different texture. Where on earth has my pictures gone? That was one. And that was the other. So let's use... get all these out of the way to give us some more space. So let's drive it with an image. So texture, image texture. We'll use the color. And let's again use Control T so we can control its mapping. We use object again. Open, and again, navigate to your textures. Use a different metal. There's one called metal, rusty metal sheet, is it? Don't like it. This one. So I'm just going to use that, right? And control click on there. So again, once again, let's go box. It's nice because it's streaky. Try and select a streaky one. I don't think I can leave you the file because copyright or whatever. I don't really understand it. So I think I downloaded this one from Texture Haven. I can really recommend it. But yeah, try and find sort of, you can see how streaky this one is. I don't know if it was used in Substance Designer or not. It keeps on getting rid of my bloody images. Okay, but it's not quite right yet. First thing we're going to do is I want to turn it into converter RGB to black and white. Okay, and then we need to just squeeze the colors a bit. Converter color ramp. Okay. So what is this? Is going to make it very much more contrasty. What if we flip it? Okay, that looks good. Use that as a factor. I like it. Just adds a bit of wear, doesn't it? And so on and so forth. And you can control how knackered it is. You know, if you want it really knackered. No. But you get the idea. There you go. But you can play around with this to your heart's content. Good. Good, good, good. All right. I'm farting around now. Probably a bit much. Nice one. So, hot rod red. Let's do the same for the face mask. So let's select that. New. We'll just call it gold. Now this is not got a coating. I think it's just more like polished metal. So let us choose a colour. Like that. Proper metal. Now that's way too shiny. It's definitely got a sheen on it. Good stuff. Right, so what's going to be gold? That is going to be gold. That's it, I think, isn't it? Link materials. All right. Let's go back to the hot rod red. And let's knacker it again. So what I'm going to do is select all of that lot. Control copy. Control paste. Is it brought in there? Yes. So we'll have that as our base color. Mix shader. Mix it with you. Use that as a factor. And let's fart around. Don't want to knacker it too much. Now on this one, we'll go hot rod red, and we'll make a copy of it. Instead of .001, .jaw. No, I don't want to do that, do I? Don't want to do that at all. Undo. What we'll do is we've got to select what we want to be gold. So interface selection mode, C, make it smaller, and it looks to me like that lot. Control plus to increase number pad, full stop, whatever it's called, decimal point. And let's select that top bit as well. And you. All right. Okay. Material slot over here. Add a material. Let's choose our gold. Assign. Sweet as a nut. Excellent stuff. Okay, let us now. These are going to be gold. Control link. This one. Oh, sod it. I can't be bothered. Yeah, it's already gold. Great success. Now we kind of need a darkish, don't we? No, I don't tend to mess around with this. Look, so new, and I'm just going to call it dark. And I'm not going to mess around. Just black. Rough as full. So, see, select all of those. Control plus, Control plus, Control plus, Control minus. Assign. Cool. Let's make, this is quite cool, whatever this eye shape is. So let's make a new material, eye. Now this is going to be an emission shader. You can control it using the BSDF, but sod it, let's just do it like this. I don't know, electrical things have like a little blue tinge, don't they? Control minus, just that bit. Assign. Oh, hello. Huh. Hello, you. Assign. Strength. Ease it down, not too much. Should we do those bits? Yeah, let's do those bits. So we obviously need some sort of texture for that. What would it be? Foreigner? I guess. Control T. Control Shift, no, Control Shift click. Manhattan. Whatever that is. Whatever that is. Try distance. If it's obvious, I don't really know what I'm doing here. But then that's off in the way. There you go. Take the random off. Let's turn it upside down. Invert. Oh. Is that cool or not? I don't know. Object. It's just a texture, right? This is called the Mar effect. And you have that sort of banding, which we don't really want. Whatever. Let's have now another shader. Oh, I don't know. Diffuse, whatever. Black. Quite rough. Let's mix these two together. Mix. Shader, mix shader. So you and you using you has the factor. How was I going to put the other way around? Nothing really. What happens if we crush these a little bit with a color, a converter with a color ramp? pretty cool. What if I pull that out? Not so cool. You can have a bit of fun with this, couldn't you? I do want it the other way around. I want the white bits, you know what I mean? I want it to be the other way around. You think you just swap these two over? We're getting that. Maybe I'll mess around with the scale. Oh, hello. Again, look, we're going to be looking at it from distances like this. So, I want more blue. Strength 10. Okay, yeah. It's a good. I'm a constant farter around her with stuff. So anyway, so far so good. Let's put in some. Let's put in some geometry underneath the mask. All right, guys. So we need to make some geometry to cover up some of these gaps. So mesh, plane. Oh, scale it down. This is going to be really quite ugly. Let's bring it 90 degrees on the y-axis. Tap into edit mode. I'm into X-ray mode as well. First of all, let's just maybe we need it more of a box actually. Yeah, okay, interesting. Because we want it to cover the mouth part. You'll see what I'm doing in a minute. It'll become obvious. Let's center it on there. Select. Front. Extrude. Hello. Oh my god. X. GY. GX. Go into whatever that mode is. Tab into edit mode. Select the faces. Delete face. Select something on the origin. Shift S. Cursor to selected. Come out. Right click. Set origin to 3D cursor. I'm constantly using the 3D cursor. Mirror. Now be careful with this, look. Look at all this mess here. So let us apply rotation and the scale. Alright, sweet as on that. Let's turn it into dark. There you go. Let's have some fun with it as well. Select that. We want it into X-ray mode. Extrude. Extrude. What the? Oh my god. 1 scale x 0 something is not. Oh, I see what's going on. It's created faces. So let me show you what's happening there. Turn that off. Yeah, it's created these two internal faces. There we are. Oh my gosh. 1 double G, in you go. Double G, in you go. Double G, in you go. Oh, hello you. Little horn. Double G. We just want a bit of darkness, don't we? In there. Okay. Looking pretty good. See you in the next video.